Kia Kia Aura, guys. God, I cracked a high there. Kia Aura, guys. Read of the Kiwi here. And we're back again. Once more, we're back again in Final Fantasy XIV. I've been very lax with my streaming lately, for which I apologize, but we're here. The new seasonal All Saints event dropped, and we are now level 61 Red Mage, which means we can do quite a bit of the Red Mage quests. So I figure let's go do the event. It shouldn't be long, and then let's do some of the Red Mage storyline. Alright. And I believe the event, like usual, All Saints is usually in Gridania. The fright stuff, that will be it. Yes, and we get an emote this time. The Adventurers Guild investigator is eyeing the festive displays with a healthy dose of suspicion. Oh my stars, could it be? The self-same adventurer helped us keep wickedness at bay and transformed All Saints Wait from the night of screams into a day of reverie. Thank the 12 for bringing you to us. For our fiends of the realm knock at our door once again, and we need a dauntless soul to help us ensure they don't tear it off its hinges. The host of this year's Parade of Horrors is a woman with a pumpkin for a head. I shudder to consider whether this is some elaborate costume or no, perhaps it is best not to know. Her strange appearance makes my crawl skin, to say nothing of her underlings. Why one might think of the continental circus was come once again, hiding their monstrosities behind the guise of celebration. We can be grateful that none have yet fallen under their spell, but I fear it is only a matter of time. We must act quick to unearth their schemes. I will begin a thorough investigation at once, but I'm afraid my surveillance duties here prevent me from moving freely. That, my friend, is why I need you. Approach this pumpkin-headed witch under the flag of friendship and offer your services to a ghastly celebration. If you catch even a whiff of foul deeds, I want you to put a stop to them before any innocents come to harm. I knew I could count on you. Now, then, we can find our quarry just across the way at Mikito's amphitheater, where she is doubtless attempting to draw any and all passerby into her ungodly procession. Humor her for now, but take care not to fall victim to her honeyed words. It's Halloween, dude. Pumpkin-headed apparition. Yeah, it is you. I knew your arrival was inevitable. For any who once indulge in the revelry of All Saints Wake cannot resist a chance to relive their experience. Oh, such eagerness. We are ever in need of willing hands to help with the festivities, preferably with bodies still attached. Of course, I understand you have been tasked with bringing to light any iniquity on my part, but you know from experience that I am perfectly harmless. So you are free to conduct your little investigation, if it pleases you. Together, I believe we can make this All Saints Wake into one that will be remembered for moons to come. Yet, before we begin, allow me to illuminate the history of this event and our intentions here. On this most unhallowed of nights, the saints revel in their palatal heavens, and as their judgmental eyes become leaded from drink, and you are free to frolic without fear of punishment. Ages past, the common folk would rule the coming of this night and cower in their homes. That is, until the adventurers took it upon themselves to rid the streets of evil, thus turning the event into a celebration of your collective bravery. A joyous happening, to be sure, but what of the goblin, the ghost, and the gremlin? Unfortunately, there are many monstrous sorts who yet consider this night to spread fear like a plague. And so it struck me, what if All Saints' Wake could be an occasion for celebration among mortal and monster alike? I believe there's room for light in even the darkest of hearts. Brings me to the question of your involvement. I would have you aid a minion of mine named Papa Gruff in facilitating an All Saints Wake that will allow yours and mine to join hands in mutual merriment. Perhaps you know Papa Gruff. He was once a void sense so deprived that his kin spoke of him only in hushed whispers. But I have since shackled, or rather politely reasoned with him to commit devilry no more. I'm not sure about it. He's always the antagonist in these events. Knowing of his formidable magical prowess, I've set him to work under these guiding words, frightened enough to tickle but not scar. Fear need not be an unpleasant experience. Papa Gruff is doing his utmost to strike that delicate balance between felicity and fright. Not with much success, as I understand. I would love to proffer him advice myself, but I believe one such as you would know better what appeals to mortals of the city. Might you give our beleaguered Papa Gruff a few words of advice? Okay. Yeah, thank you truly. He should be putting on a performance near Leatherworkers Guild at present, assuming he has yet to be chased from Gridania's borders. Please speak with him and give him my encouragement. Oh, he's down here. You're that meddlesome adventurer. Rather, I see tidings of my humble performance has reached even your ears, good madam. Please honor me with your presence as my guest of honor. Without further ado, I shall summon a foul beast before your very eyes. I only hope you've brought a chance of clothes. Change of small clothes. Monster, it'll take more than a magician's cantrip to scare me. Look here, my dear thrill seekers. Here lies an ordinary pumpkin. Or is it? Take care not to blink, for any moment the distraction may well be your last. Grr. Oh, the terror, those bloodthirsty eyes, those razor-sharp fangs. Flee if you dare, but this hellhound will chase you to the ends of the earth to have its owns of flesh. And I would know, considering the scars its wrath upon my backside. Imagine each and every pumpkin adoring this fair city transformed into such a thing. Why, dread will prey upon Gridania to the last if I made it so. A veritable banquet of chaos. Ha 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 ha. Bloody brilliant. You drew us all in with all that talking monsters, only to dash our expectation with an adorable pup. I admit, some confusion at first, but now I see you are a clown among clowns. Not a single blood-curdling scream. But a smile is not a complete failure, I suppose. Ah, my pumpkin-headed master asked you to help me? Well, allow me to peel back the curtain, as they say. Considering our previous acquaintance, this is hardly bears repeating, but my true form is that of a void stint. Not even a grimace. I suppose it would be inconvenient if you ran away screaming after every sideways glance in my direction. Now, for the matter of this very abomination. Frightened enough to tickle but not scar is the agreement that binds me to my master. I don't need to be told twice that summoning any of my kind would be in gross violation of that covenant. So remembering the deceptively winsome countenance of this vicious hellhound, I thought it would strike the perfect balance between horrifying and heartwarming. That is, until a child at an earlier show burst into tears at the pup's appearance. Now I've seen a man react with a hearty laugh, his exact same dog, with nay a trace of fear in his voice. The difference is vexing. Tell me, is a puppy something to be fed or cuddled? Fed by children and cuddled by adults, but sometimes the opposite. Depends. What frightens one may make another smile. Do you jest? You mean to say your kind's definition of terror differs from person to person? I admit, that does explain the sheer contrast in reactions I've observed so far, and does place me between a rock and a hellish, soul-rendering place. If my task was simply a matter of bringing people to fearful tears, the ground beneath you would already be soaked through. How in the hell's good name does one frighten to tickle? Ah, but you with your delicate sensibilities can teach me to mix dread and delight into a charmingly chilling concoction. Let us begin at once. All right. Let's get to it, eh? First, we need to find people to scare, but not scar. Your kind seems to gravitate towards the pumpkins we've placed throughout the city. This creates a perfect opportunity for mild mischief. One of our displays should just be over this hill. Another is near the Lancers Guild. Your job is to tell me what to transform the pumpkins into once we find suitable test subjects. Let's see how well you tickle. Alright, Papa Gruff, let's go. Off-duty sergeant. All seats wake performance? Very well. But I face slaving monsters almost daily, so it takes something quite fantastic to make me flinch. Oh, I could make him flinch so hard his heart would burst his chest. Ugh. But that's neither here nor there. What type of ghoul would be suitable? In the ghastliest ghoul you can muster, something middle of the road scary. Small, uncanny thing. This seasoned veteran of the Twin Adders has seen all the horrors of the task with perhaps something stimulating this. Alright. Alright, I think a small unsettling thing is more nerve-wracking to someone that's seen it all. Well, if you say so, allow me to oblige. Gods! That gave me quite a fright. I hope I never face such a monstrosity on one of my patrols. Thus my final act might be to soil my breeches. Well played, well played. Alright. Over to Lancers Guild. It's raining now. Boom, 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 boom. Cowering boy. These decorations are so scary. You're not here to trick me, are you? One is right for the picking here. Forget I said anything. So, what type of ghoul do you suggest? Something spoopy, cough, pardon me. The hellhound ate my helmet before dread. Supporting a bond of stairs and don't skip on that. Yeah, if you really think so. Eek, huh? You know, when you look at it, it's actually kind of cute. The puff of smoke was a little scary, though. I think I'm beginning to understand. If a fright doesn't kill your kind, it can actually be somewhat pleasant. I believe I'm ready to take the proverbial stab at it. Come, come. There should be more pumpkins around Apaku Falls. Alright. Man, this rain. Don't tell me you're supposed to send a chill down my spine. Clowns are for babies. That would go. For babies, are they? Hehe. I'll make this last wish she was back in her mother's womb. You there, little girl. Look upon this pumpkin. Ah, a monster! What impressive magic. My heart won't stop pounding. Da and Ma will have the fright of their life when I tell them I saw a real, honest to God's monster. Can't wait to tell them. Haha, I'll think twice before I insult a clown again. Thank you for the thrills. Did she say thank you? I scared her near out of her shoes and she thanks me? Can't say I've ever experienced that before. I dare say. I even enjoyed it. Yes. Now is the time to capitalize upon this newfound tickling skill of mine. Let us visit the display near the wrestling miller next. Ugh. Battle bottom. Good day to you, young lady. Might you join me in celebrating the joyous occasion that is All Saints' Wake? Celebrate? That's the last thing on my mind. Please go and bother someone else with that ghoulish makeup. Oh my, aren't you in a fright? And not the good kind either. What happened, lass? Puppetgraph is here to help. You'll really help? Oh, I could certainly do worse than a clown. I've come from the Great Loam Growly, although fled from is probably more appropriate. I was tilling the fields always when I heard a frightful voice from behind me. I turned around to meet it and came face to face with the foulest monster I've ever seen. When I regained my senses, I was here. My throat hoarse from screaming. No power in the realm can persuade me to return. Not while that horror wanders unchecked. A monster? But we haven't visited the Growly yet. What could it have been, do you think? Maybe one of the transformed pumpkins from earlier? And possible, those illusions are no more capable of free movement than the pumpkins they sprang from. I believe something is more real, something much more real may be lurking in Gridania. Yes, no doubt, they are void sent running amok. Here I am, tying myself into knots, trying to learn the subtleties of spookery, while some uncouth brute goes rampaging through Twoswood, with ne'er a thought towards artistry. We might forgive such behavior. Our efforts to find glee and terror will have been for naught. Tremble and fear no longer, lass. We shall investigate the matter. Truly, you're the first people to believe my claims are more than seasonal mischief. Oh, I knew father was wrong when he said clowns were villains. All clowns were villains. Thank you. Again, those words ring strangely in my ears. However, it is not an entirely unpleasant sensation. I know this wasn't why you were sent to assist me, but there's no telling how many of my kind we may find. A single clown can only achieve so much. So would you lend me your aid in case the situation gets undesirably bloody? Thank you. Look at me, expressing my gratitude to one of your kind, no less. Well, no matter. Let us depart for Grant Gnome Growly and settle this. Destination. Ruger's quarry is close, doubtlessly lying in wait somewhere to catch us unawares. Once they show themselves, don't indulge them with anything but a face of stony indifference. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. There it is. Spotted Voidsent. Boo! Oh, come on. As I thought, a fellow Voidsent. And what, pray tell, are you doing here? Brother of the Void? Then you know why I'm here. For the Night of Devilry. Once we were free to carouse, creep, and caper, guided by the great pumpkin-headed archfiend. For too long we have been denied our demonic rights, and it is I who shall reinstate our grandest event. Yes, the age of the great gourd shall give way to the era of the great pot. Even now, my allies lie in wait throughout the city, ready to usher in the night of devilry. You must join us, brother. Join us as we rise again. Oh, Papa Gruff. No. What? Why? Even if I wanted to, my covenant prevents me from engaging in the wanton villainous you propose. Regardless, I have no desire to join you for some cheap jaunt through the city, with only a few startled mortals to show for it. Such indelicate devilry would only result in our swift and total annihilation. Ah, spoken like a true coward. Don't tell me you're frightened of some sharpened sticks and clumsy clubs. Oh, but I am frightened, as you too would be. Have you tasted the full brunt of my master's fury? Perhaps you may yet, if you continue to insist upon this foolish course. I have learned how to blend in with the people here, and extract terror in such a way that does not tempt retaliation. Your plan would bring but a single night of debauchery. Learn how to cohabit, however, and our collective revelry can last forevermore. Traitor! Then my minions and I will devour you and your measly macabre of a friend. Hehehe. That head, the great gourd. Naughty children ill deserve to join in the festivities. It should be happy as decorations to serve as an example for any who would follow in their footsteps. My lady, how pleasant it is to see you. Dare I ask why you grace us with your presence? I caught wind of a void scent disturbance and came here to investigate. When I heard your voices, I knew something was afoot. Heh. I must say, I am quite pleased that you see merit in my approach to All Saints' Wake. Yet something must be done about the other beasts that have crept into the city. Let us give them the same treatment and continue enjoying this unhallowed season on our own terms. With your help rounding up our reckless kin, should prove to be a simple matter. Let's make to All Saints' Wake an occasion to remember for those who dwell. Or let us make this All Saints' Wake an occasion to remember for those who dwell in the light and shadow alike. If you sight any errant ghouls, perform the spell I demonstrated earlier. Doing so, we shall convince the residents of Gridania that the source of their supposed nightmares was naught but a clumsy, mundane pumpkin. This wand possesses transformative power you require. Simply swing it about in a grandiose manner and point at your target. Once the charms have been cast, I shall collect the pumpkins. I understand they are quite delicious when baked in pie. Yay! There's no event complete. Oh, there's more. Notes. Wait, where is it? Cool. A charmed life. Hippocrates to rid of his wicked brethren. Just when I was getting the hang of being the life of the party, instead the death of it. Let's wrap this up quickly, lest this year's All Saints' Wake be remembered as a disaster. I sense something sinister lurking deeper in these fields, as well as a trail heading to the east, perhaps towards a market or the Lancers Guild. Splitting up will be the easiest way to end this. I will escort the botanist from earlier back here and deal with whatever still haunts the Growly. I shall use the opportunity to convince her that what she witnessed before was nothing but an overzealous pumpkin. That should put her heart at ease. I'll leave the rest of Gridania to you. Once the voids have been verily vegetated, meet me at Keto's amphitheater so we can deliver my master news of our success. Now let the show begin. Alright. I could have teleported. Oh well. Dun, dun, dun. Void scent. One. Notes. What? It was a pumpkin the whole time? I can't believe I fell for that. But now that I know it was just a trick, I'd like to see it again. Alright. See. Alright, where's the next? There it is. Serve citizen. Oh. What? It was just a pumpkin? I knew wood whalers wouldn't let such a wicked things into the city. I've never been seeing such a feat of illusion before. The rest of All Saints' Wake is as entertaining. I'd best go and find the main event. Last one. Ooh. I was thinking there's probably gonna be one facing off against Soldier. Oh, actually talk to it this time rather than going straight to the moat. Pumpkin? Wait, this was all part of All Saints' Wake's festivities, isn't it? Sure. I must say, that made my heart skip a beat. If this is what adorns the streets, I cannot wait to see what the main stage has in store. Alright, now we just need to return to Papa Gruff. Actually use this aetherite. Ooh, this person's tuning you to the area. Dun 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 dun. There you are. I took care of the void scent still haunting the great loom. Growly. Did your hunt go as smoothly? Good, good. Now we can safely say that the only frights in store for the citizens of Gridania are of the decidedly entertaining variety. I took the liberty of gathering the pumpkins you created. The punishment will not be internal, but they can stand to remain in their current form for the duration of the festivities. This is the least they can do in repentance. There you are, my fearless clown. Thank you for reassuring me. I had worried I might have to retire from my position in the Great Loom Growly and seek less haunted climates. As the master of the Bottomless Guild, allow me to extend my personal thanks for helping my gifted pupil avoid such a decision. It would have been a grievous loss for us all. Oh, it was no trouble at all. In fact, I should thank you for being such a exemplary audience. A true entertainer brings his all to every stage, be it a grand amphitheater or a cozy vegetable patch. I only hope you were half as thrilled as I was. That scary whatever that was looked so real. I never could have guessed it was just a garden variety pumpkin. Truly, I feel privileged to have seen a master of illusion at his craft. As do I. But that every day were so filled with surprise. As a token of our thanks, we've made some pumpkin cookies from our most recent crop. Please enjoy them in good health. I do believe I can get used to this being thanked thing. Well, since you've gone through the trouble, I best eat them before they're cooled. To my good health. This is delicious! This flavor, I've never tasted anything like it. The cookie's ether is tinged with something I can't quite pin down. It's bold but not overpowering. Is this the taste of gratitude? Oh, how much of my life I have wasted only supping on terror, when all along a world of flavors was left neglected. I'm not entirely sure what you mean, but I shall consider your words a compliment nonetheless. These cookies are but a small token of my appreciation. I only wish to have given more. You mean I could potentially receive more gifts? Brightening over performing my act will get more baked delights. I'd better get to work straight away. Why, this is shaping up to be quite the All Saints Wake indeed. Yeah. I could not have imagined a better day of celebration for all. Our success is in no small part thanks to you. As I believe that Papa Gruff now has matters well in hand, I shall return to my manor, and pray visit if you are so inclined. And yes, before I forget, do appraise that troublesome investigator of what has transpired here. Maybe he will finally cast his prying eyes elsewhere. That needed it. Oh, look, this opera. It on the radio. You're giving out candy at All Saints Wake. Going to stuff myself with pudding. Me too, me too. That was cute. What a fantastic yarn. Monsters plotting against monsters, all to make us happy? I admit, I find your story hard to swallow, but I also see no reason why a fellow guild member would lie. Very well. I shall take your tale at face value and consider these to be glad tidings indeed. However, I cannot help but wonder this is all an elaborate ruse. They knew we were watching. That may have compelled them to put on a show of charity. After all, a monster cannot change its skin overnight. I shall continue to keep a close eye on their activities from afar. I thank you for everything you've done. Hope against hope that the evil has been laid to rest. Seasonal event complete. I think this is the don't really care for either of those, but the emote I do. Now, the plan, as the title suggests, was to then go to the red mage quests, but I'm gonna be honest, like, I woke up not feeling the best, and just before going live, I thought I was feeling a bit better, but after doing that, I am starting to feel a little fatigued. So I think I'm just gonna have to end the stream there with just All Saints Wake and do the Ridge Mage quest another time. So sorry for cutting the stream short, but yeah, thanks anyone that tuned in. Hopefully I'm feeling a bit better after some rest. And like usual, until next time, bye bye.